powdered sugar. Sift it.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see.
Alright, the peanut butter and butter are on a medium heat. We're constantly stirring to make sure it doesn't burn to the bottom, waiting for it to just kind of start bubbling around the edges. And we're waiting. And we're waiting. You want it to just bubble around the edges, not a hard boil. But you definitely want the bubbling around the edges to not be something you can stir down. If you're a canner, you know what kind of bubbling / boil I'm talking about, where you can't stop it from bubbling by stirring it. And I'm really just looking for some bubbling around the edges, and I think we're getting close. The middle's trying to bubble, which is fine. We'll take some bubbling that can't be stirred down. It smells good. It smells like one big peanut butter cookie right now in here. Alright, let's see what we got. I'm going to slow the stir down a little bit. Well, I'm going to take it. It's kind of bubbling all over, and it's not really stopping bubbling when I'm stirring it. And this is one batch of 2, so if I mess this up, I've got a second chance to figure out that, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Let's see if I can get y'all in close enough to see this. And this is actually probably a little too much, but I'm gonna kill the heat. Try not to drop you guys. Grab a hot pad. Take it off the heat. I'm putting in my salt, vanilla. Stir all of that in. I'm going to gently pour this into the powdered sugar. And I think there's a really, really good chance there's no way my bowl is big enough. You all might get to see me make a huge kitchen mess, but that'll be exciting. So, you would think this bowl would be big enough, but we're about to find out. Hey everybody, it is Tuesday. I don't know the date. I never know the date. I work nights. It's not my fault. The fact that I know it's Tuesday's its own miracle. I am in the middle of making fudge for Halloween for my coworkers. Food is my love language, and since they have made my first year at this new hospital amazing, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without them, I am feeding them and making them from scratch fudge. I'm pretty pumped. Hopefully they will be too. Taking a little break from the kitchen, apparently to be yelled at by the geese, but also I am checking out the cold frame and the cold crops that we have in the compost garden, and just wanted to get outside for a few minutes. It's a pretty day. It's kind of cloudy, but it's that time of year. So let me show you the cold frame. We have bok choy, and 3 kinds of lettuce and maybe some kale. I don't remember. A bunch of leafy stuff that will hopefully, because of the way the raised bed slash cold frame, whatever you want to call it, is built, hopefully this stuff will last for a while into the cold weather. It's got kind of a greenhouse effect going the way we made it. So let me turn the camera around and I'll show you guys that. Hang tight. So you can see what I'm talking about, the way we made the cold frame. We put a lot of this clear plastic. It's up the side, and then there's the raised bed portion to make kind of a raised bed portion, and then the top part, which should act as a greenhouse. That's not helpful. This is not helpful. Turkey. No, oh my God. I'm gonna break it. Get down, jump. I know you can fly, you got up here. This is absurd. Come on. Thank you. I appreciate your dedication. Also, no. Okay, so this is one of the pak choys we planted. I think we need to come in and trim the outer edges and see what else we can get from it. Also, if we wanted to just pull that and put it in the fridge, I don't think that would be a problem. This is also bok choy over here. We started from seed. It really needs to be thinned, obviously. And these are a couple of different kinds of lettuce. They also need to be thinned. I am really excited about this. We've not even had this much luck growing lettuce yet. So the cold frame for the fall might be the way to go. Have lettuce and greens for a while. This over here is our compost garden, and we put broccoli and cabbage and cauliflower in here, and they're all pretty happy. I need to replace the plastic for the low tunnel this year, and then we also, if you can see it, have potatoes. So it's a disaster in there. It needs to be cleaned out a little bit, but I'm hoping the broccoli and cauliflower do well. So they're pretty happy right now. So that's the cold frame and the compost garden. We've got the big garden opened up for the birds to kind of work on. The female goose likes to go in there and eat the cowpeas and green beans, but the cowpeas, when they're still green in their pods, are her favorite. Let's see if there's anything left in here. If she's eaten everything. She grinds them up with her, they're almost teeth. Let's go see if you missed any. They grew up the fence here. Here's one. Here's one. All right. Come here. Yeah, she'll demolish that. She loves these things. Do you need another one? Let's see if we can find you some more. See another green one. No, our geese are not spoiled. Why do you ask? This was the late season corn we did. We pulled in everything out of here that made even a little bit of a cob and turned it into canned corn. Sadly, despite this patch, we got enough corn, usable corn off of the cobs to make 2 pints of canned corn. Now before you ask me why in the world I would bother canning 2 pints of corn, we did all of that work. Planted all of that. And by golly, I was keeping it. Two pints or 20 pints. I was canning it. I didn't care. These are a couple more drying beans. We've got cowpeas back here, but we've also got, well, I think they're all cowpeas. It's just the different varieties. I think we have, they're called stick-ups. They're tall and skinny. And then we've got Holsteins or yin and yang. Just whichever your seed company calls them. The stick-ups are a small brown, I think that's them in here somewhere. Yeah, I think that's them. Small brown bean. They're really buttery and smooth when you cook them. And then the Holstein is the black and white one. They're just really pretty. I like pretty food. And then we have cowpeas over here still. The brown and white ones that we use, I think the breed name or whatever is hog's brains. They're a brown and white splatter pattern bean, and they actually get really big, which is why my husband likes them so much. We didn't have a ton of luck with the okra this year. It didn't get going until really late and didn't do much until really, really late. So what little bit we're getting off of this plant, we're letting grow until it's big enough to dry for seed. And we'll try again next year. I think we planted it too late. And these down here did nothing. They just did nothing. That's as big as they got. Yeah, they did nothing. And then you already know you can't kill mint. This has been mowed and tilled in this area and cut back so many times. And this is our lemon basil. Y'all, it smells like a box of Fruit Loops, but it is so good. We've been cooking with it, we've been drying it, and we're letting it go to seed. We're gathering the seed now to dry and use for next year, but all of this should come back in here. And it smells so good out here when this stuff is taking off. I just kind of want to turn my whole big garden into an herb patch. Let's go over here. We pulled up all of the peppers and tomatoes like a month or more ago, except for this little pepper here. He looks terrible, right? This is the top hat pepper, the really funny looking ones we had. They're a sweet pepper. They eventually turn red, but it takes forever, it feels like. And we've had cold enough nights that everything else is dying off. He's still making peppers, which is why we didn't pull him up. He's still out here making little peppers. We need to save some of that seed too, honestly. Alright, so break time is over. I got to come out and give treats to the geese. That's always nice. And get pecked by a chicken. That's fun too. Time to get back to work. Unfortunately, like so many other things, Fudge doesn't make itself. Rude. finishing up, I don't even know, third, fourth batch of fudge. It's chocolate. What could be better than chocolate fudge, you ask? Oh, just wait.